from Viking territory now. They'll come up 1st and 10 at the 39-yard line.
Here we go now. Green 39. Green 39. All right, now, lucky 56. Lucky 56. No. Check. Patriot.
Now Cohen. And he'll be brought down, losing yardage back at the 40. It's a loss of a yard there, and now 2nd down.
That goes down as a loss against his rushing stats. But really, should he have to absorb that one? He had on that play before they overwhelmed him.
Pretty much on first step. They try again with Cohen. And an alley to run. And he'll be brought down just outside of the 30. They get 9 yards back on the run there, and they're left with a much more makeable 3rd and 2. On 3rd down, that's Cohen. And he's going to get this down near the 20-yard line. It's a 10-yard pickup, and it moves the chains. If you make the stop there, maybe you hold them to 3 on this opening drive. They didn't get the stop.
Yeah, new set of downs now. Now you're worried about, just as you pointed out, not just giving up 3, possibly giving up 6. Let's see what they decide to do here, because they've got to change up what they have been doing. It hasn't been working.
More now. And this is Gabriel on the catch. The completion good for 3, and it's 2nd down.
Never make the mistake that the slot receivers, especially the little guys like we're watching here, are just quicker than fast. A lot of them combine quickness and speed, and they catch a lot of footballs, as we just saw there.
That 1st down completion only netted them 3. 2nd and 7. Now they'll run it with Cohen. And he is met quickly in the backfield. Down he goes, folded like a lawn chair. It's a loss of 4. Now 3rd down. Now they're coming up on play number 8 of this opening drive, but they're looking at a 3rd and long.
Detroit!
To throw is Moore, operating from the gun. Quick throw that's complete on the inside slant. They'll get 10 there, but it leaves them just short for 4th down.
So much about offense is what you call hidden yardage. You know, you throw the ball to someone, they catch it, and then they can make a big play. You know, they create a play, run after catch. They did a really nice job there of limiting that and keeping him from a 1st down.
Now stopped him in his tracks. And Parkey's kick is good. And it's 3-0. The Bears hit the scoreboard first. So a pretty good opening drive. That'll make the home fans somewhat happy. They wanted 6, but they got 3 in the early lead.
And they should be happy. The guys look good getting down the field. That's got to give them a little bit of hope that good things are in store here today for them.
Now the first carry for Dalvin Cook. And he will lose yardage here back at the 23-yard line. It's a loss of 2 there, bringing up 2nd down.
A quick observation, Brandon, because early on in this game, I'm seeing linebackers playing with their noses close to the line of scrimmage.
And my guess is the wheels are turning on that other sideline. As a play caller, you're filing that away right now, aren't you?
Yeah, you're trying to find that opportunity later on when you can play action them or stick something to them between the second and the third level.
8 yards on the completion, but now they face third down.
Here we go. Yellow, yellow, yellow. Yellow, yellow, yellow. Reach in there. Yellow, yellow. Yellow, yellow. Let's go, let's go.
Third and short yardage, Cousins. Forced out to his left. He may try and run for this. And he's going to have the first down at about the 38. Maybe not exactly what they had in mind, but that scramble good for 6 and a first down. First down, here's the run with Cook. And he'll do a nice job here just to fight his way back to the line of scrimmage. Big Eddie Goldman there on the tackle.
And the big fella stuffed that one up in a big way. I think doubling him has to be a priority because you can't move up to the next level if you don't take care of him first.
Second down, Cousins. And to the 42-yard line here and brought down there. He'll wind up getting 4 there on his own, but it will leave him now with a third down situation.
And they insert their dime package, 6 DBs here on 3rd and 6.
Expecting pass all the way.
Here we go.
On play action, Cousins. That one into the hands of Thielen, complete. And he'll get it out a couple yards shy of midfield at the 48. Just a 5-yard pickup, and it leads to 4th down.
Well, we hear so often how tackling has become almost a lost art in the NFL game. But it's so important to tackle well on these receivers, especially in a play like this one. 3rd down, they gave him the underneath stuff. You got to go and make the tackle right away.
Brandon Gaudin, Charles Davis back with you as it's Bears football here to begin quarter number 2. The Bears offense now gets set to head back onto the field. And, Charles, if the season ended today, and it's not going to, we still have December left. Well, in November. But they would be a wild card team. And that's great. They'd be in the playoffs, but you know they're trying to bump up to be one of those division leaders. That
guarantees you at least one home game in the playoffs, and that's what you're really seeking. But there also isn't much margin for error for this team, right? Because right where they're sitting, a 2-game losing streak could have them out of the playoffs, so they've got to make sure they continue to keep the momentum going.
Absolutely. There's some sharks smelling blood in the water behind them. After the incompletion, here's 2nd and 10 from the 20.
Hey. 4 down. Take 4.
They run. This is Cohen. And he is met at the line of scrimmage, and he goes down right there. Call it no gain on the run there, and now they'll be looking at a 3rd down.
I know the scouting report on him is that he doesn't possess the eye discipline to be an elite linebacker, and what that means is his ability to read, react, and make a play. But on that one, he looked like one of those guys.
The Bears on 3rd down. They've been okay, 2 for 3 thus far. This is 3rd and 10. Now Moore. From the gun, he'll throw. And they're going to get this one all the way out across the 45. They give him 27 yards on the 3rd down conversion.
Leopard!
Operating from the gun, Moore. And lucky to get away with one there. That one nearly picked. 2nd down.
And that's one he's got to be happy to have back. There wasn't a hole open in the zone.
You'd have to think on early downs like that 1st down there, need to be a little bit more careful.
Yeah, fortunately for him, got a couple more downs to play with.
They'll run it now out of the gun. And they went the wrong way there, losing yardage back at the 43-yard line. That'll go as a loss of 5. And they're going to face an uphill battle here on 3rd and long.
Leopard! All right, now, Lucky 56. Lucky 56. All right, now, Lucky 56. Lucky 56. Right there. 54,
From the gun, Moore. Trying to get it to Robinson, and it's intercepted. Xavier Rhodes with a pick. And he's going to take this one back to the 37-yard line.
Well, it's 3rd and long, and you've got a few different ways to play it offensively. But this is not the type of offense that's going to wave the white flag. They're going to keep chucking it. And this time, it results in an interception.
Now the Vikings offense gets set to take over here. They punted last time they had it. What steps, Charles, you think they have to take to make sure they don't do that again?
Well, let's just go to the football 101, the trade expression 101. Win first down.
And he'll take this into the end zone. Now, hold on here. We do have a flag down. So let's see what this is about. And, yes, they want the points, so they will decline the penalty. No question there.
You don't think they spent a couple of seconds mulling over what the penalty would do for them?
I don't even know why they asked the sideline.
Not at all. When you put the ball in the end zone on a takeaway, take the points and keep moving.
Forbath able to convert the extra point, and that makes it a 7-3 lead. The kickoff team on the field now as they will send this one away. That'll be taken in the end zone. And no run back here. This will be a touchback, and it comes out to the 25-yard line. Here's the Chicago offense coming back out onto the field. And following the interception, just any interception, are you a little bit more cautious when you start that next drive, or no, you just throw that out the window?
I think you are. I don't think that there's any way you can run back out there and go, totally didn't affect me. Let's just go ahead and be loose with the football again. You're going to take care of it, but you have to be careful about being too cautious because now you can't run any offense at all.
Still want to attack. We'll see how they attack them here.
Leopard! Leopard! All right, now, Lucky 56. Lucky 56.
Here's Moore to throw on second down. And that one got tipped. Kind of threw everything off. It brings up 3rd.
Anytime a ball's thrown in the middle of the field and it's popped up in the air, I expect someone to catch. It doesn't matter whether it's offense or defense because there's usually a great amount of bodies in that part of the field. In this case, no one came up with it.
The Bears on 3rd down. They've converted 3 out of 5 thus far. They need just a yard here. It's 3rd and 1. Now Moore. Pressure coming from the Vikings, and they get there and bring him down. Everson Griffin in there to drop him for his 5th sack of the year. O'Donnell, he's on to punt as he gets this one away. This will be fielded at the 17. 21 yards. Well done on the return. And the Vikings will take over here 1st and 10. And now out comes Minnesota. And for them, a touchdown their last go-around. Obviously, they'll be hoping to do that again.
And when you start plotting for this drive, when you start thinking to yourself, okay, what are we going to do? You don't go away from what you did before because that worked. But you have to be prepared for wrinkles and counters because you know they'll make some adjustments.
And that play going absolutely nowhere as he's belted before he could get out of the backfield.
But we just saw a great example of what we talked about with his coach prior to the game. He's definitely one of the better linebackers at reading a play and flowing to make the stop before it turns into something big.
We're good. 300.
They run it again with Cook. And he's across the 40, 3 extra yards to the 43. It's a 7-yard pickup. They'll be looking now to 3rd and 6.
On a 2nd and long, it's really nice to see an offense that has enough confidence to run the football in that situation. I think that goes back to their practice and game planning. They've seen things that they've seen on tape and in previous games that led them to believe that even in a long-distance situation, they can still run the football and gain enough yardage to put themselves in a good spot on third down.
Got a man, it's right. And he's got the first down yardage before being taken down at midfield. First connection there of the afternoon for those two, and it's good for a first down. Cousins now from the 50. And the pressure too much that time as Cousins goes down. Eddie Goldman in there to drop him for his 5th sack of the year. So that complicates things a bit here. 18 yards to go now on second down. 2 minutes remain here in the first half. We're back to Soldier Field following this short break. Got to imagine the pass rush will be equally intense here on second down following the sack. It's 2nd and 18. Cousins now on second down. Oh, the pressure too great, and he goes down once more. Aaron Lynch in there to sack him, and that is 10 for him now on the year. Cousins with work to do after the sack as he brings his guys up on a 3rd and long. From the gun, here's Cousins. Going deep for Diggs. That's going to be knocked away and incomplete. It was Bryce Callahan jarring the ball free defensively.
Well, that certainly looked like something that they discussed all week in practice, getting ready for this one. Take the big shot right out of the gate. At worst, you'll open up the defense a little bit, loosen them up, have them back on their heels.
He had his sights on the end zone, no doubt, but is brought down after a huge return there. And it'll be a short field for the Bears as they take over 1st and 10. Get this into enemy territory, but not by much as he's down to the 48. Credit him with a 1-yard gain there to make it 2nd and 9.
Well, we saw him there trying to get it to the outside, trying to get to the perimeter, but not a whole lot of room there. But there's got to be one positive to that. If you keep moving laterally, creases tend to develop as the game moves on, and they can run it back inside later.
Looking to throw. Moore. He'll buy some time right. And it's a short one here, complete to his tight end. And he is out of bounds inside the 35. A really nice pickup of 14 yards, and it moves the sticks.
Looked like the defense put pretty good pressure on him, but he's able to flush out to his right to try and evade people. On the run, had to get on his horse. Still accurately throws a nice pass for a first down.
Now a play fake here on first down. And it pops free. The collision there jarred the ball loose and brings up second down. Seems like this defense, especially the secondary, has really been contesting about every throw in this first half.
Remind me of a good half-court defensive basketball team. Every time a pass is thrown, they're right there in good defensive position, able to affect the play.
And he'll be brought down at the 27-yard line. Now hold everything here. We're going to get a timeout by the offense, as they'll stop the clock with 24 seconds to go in this first half. The Bears on third down. They've hit it 50%, 3 of 6 to this point. This time it's 3rd and 3. And on the ground they go with a running back. No on the play, and that's going to leave them. The Vikings going to signal for the first of their timeouts as they stop it with 16 seconds to go in half number 1. And Parkey's kick is good. And they'll get it back within a point at 7-6. So the 3 points here, they're still down, but they put somewhat of a dent into that lead going into the break.
Anything helps when you're trying to chip away at a lead, but they do know that they're going to need a little bit better effort in the second half.
And now out comes Minnesota. And with time quickly fading here in the second quarter, not sure how aggressively, offensively they want to play this.
I think we'll find out just how much they trust their guys in this situation if they decide to take a shot.
They go play action here on first down. Throw left side on target to Thielen. And he'll be out of bounds up past the 45. A good pickup there at 22. Final play of the half. Cousins lets it fly for Treadwell. Into heavy traffic, and it's intercepted. Dropped by Bryce Callahan. And he's able to get it back to the 33-yard line. So we hit halftime with our visitors, the Vikings, taking the lead to the locker room. As we'll send you down to Orlando, we check in with Jonathan Coachman for our EA Sports Halftime Report. Coach. That's fielded in the end zone. And he'll elect not to return this one, so they'll bring it out to the 25 on the touchback. Out come the Vikings. They'll have it first on offense as we begin the third. And both of these defenses have been stifling these last few drives offensively. Just not able to get anything going, so what needs to change?
I think a lot of the guys will go back and review, so to speak, because everyone has someone assigned to how did each play work. Okay, what did we use that kind of worked for us during this game? Try and get back to some of those plays, as well as the possibility of showing something you haven't shown already in this game and trying to change things up.
We'll see if they take the advice of Mr. Davis.
Hey, we're good, we're good.
First down, here's Cousins. Dancing to his left. And he just gets rid of it, throws it away. A wise move there, looked like nobody open, now second down. A pretty good coverage there, and both of these defenses, they've had good coverage throughout this one.
No doubt about it, and in today's NFL, where we're used to a bit more scoring, this feels almost like a well-pitched game in baseball on both sides, where the tension continues to build. Who's going to make the big play?
On second down, Cousins again, throwing for his running back, and he's got it complete. Call it a gain of 5, and that'll bring up a third down.
And we see another pitch and catch there to the running back. This position just continues to evolve. They become just as critical to the passing attack as a lot of receivers, tight ends, because their ability to make people miss in the open field can really generate big plays for an offense.
The Vikings on third down. They've hit 2 for 4 thus far. This will be 3rd and 5. From the shotgun, it's Cousins. The ball popped in the air and intercepted. Adrian Amos with a pick. And the return stops just a little bit shy of midfield at the 48-yard line. First possession of the third quarter, an interception, so maybe a second-half tone setter.
Indeed, and not the tone they wanted to set. That's the equivalent of running out the wrong door and running into your pool instead of running out onto the field. A real dud for that one.
Has that happened to you before?
No, but I've heard stories about teams actually doing that back in the good old days. Anthony Barr got a real education at UCLA and playing not just his normal outside linebacker, but down defensive end. So he had to incorporate a variety of moves, take on bigger people. So he learned great leverage while he was there. That really helps him when he's trying to stop people running the ball.
Born in South Bend, Indiana. Thought about going back to go to Notre Dame, but you're right. Great career at UCLA and now a great career in the NFL. The Bears on third down. 3 for 7 so far in this game. Here it's 3rd and 2. And we've got movement. I think this is against the Bears here. Let's find out. Well, it's a 3rd and somewhat manageable now, not so manageable.
Exactly, because you had a play call on that you felt like, hey, this could go quick, and it doesn't take much to get it done. Now, you got to start thinking about a little bit of a deeper route type of a call, especially if you want to throw it.
Lucky 56. All right, now, lucky 56. Lucky 56. Hot.
Flag comes in. This might be a free play. That's incomplete, but there is a flag down. So hang on. A big call coming on 3rd down. So they will accept the penalty and move forward. And the penalty makes this a much more manageable 3rd down. 3rd and 2. On 3rd down. That's Cohen. And he's going to be met at about the 43. He needed 2. He got 1. And that's going to leave him with 4th down and a yard. Too long for a field goal, too short to punt. That in-between range, and they'll go for it on 4th down. Moore now, operating from the gun. It's a short one here, complete to the tight end. And he's going to have the 1st down, yardage to the 35. And the drive stays in motion with a nice 8-yard pickup on 4th. And they'll run it here. Finding room to the 20. Touchdown, Chicago! A great effort there. Hitting double digits with his 10th touchdown of the season. And the Bears are in for 6. Well, they had their chances in the first half, you remember, but had to settle for 2 field goals. This time they come away with 6.
I think they actually got affirmation about what they were doing by getting a touchdown, because the field goals means they got in range but couldn't quite finish it off. This time they broke through, and that's great for the old confidence.
And on the sideline, difference of a feeling between 3 and 6, is it astronomical or no?
It can be at times, that's for sure. A lot of times the field goal feels like a disappointment. The touchdown, well, that tells you you're getting it done.
Here's Parkey now, set to kick it away. And no return on this one as the fair catch is signaled for and taken. And now out comes Minnesota. And they've sort of lost their way, partner. How do they recalibrate and get this proverbial train back on track?
Well, this is where leadership really comes into play. How's the head coach handling it? The offensive coordinator? Sometimes they just make a joke. All right, guys, had your fun? All right.
Throw it out the window.
Yeah, let's get back on track here. And sometimes that'll work just fine.
I guess it's time now to lean on that leadership. Meanwhile, they take a shot to start the drive, but this is going to wind up incomplete.
Even without a ton of pressure in his face, it just shows how difficult it is to pick apart his own defense. Those guys are sitting back, and they're not playing receivers. as much as they're playing the eyes of the quarterback and when he delivers the ball.
An incomplete pass leads to 2nd and 10 from the 25. Maybe a free play here. Cousins. Now the hit comes, and Cousins lost the football. And they drop him for a loss, but penalty markers are on the field. Let's see about the call. Here's a 2nd and 5 now after the offsides penalty. Cook following the penalty. And tough going there as he'll only get it up to about the 31. Only a yard on the pickup there, and it'll bring up a 3rd down.
Tough first half for him, unable to put up the numbers he's used to producing. But with a guy like him, you and I both know it just takes a couple of explosive touches for him to make an impact on this game and on the stat sheet as well.
And now whistles and a flag, and I think we got a jump here. So a jump there defensively.
And it's a killer. Watch the football. Don't move across the line of scrimmage until the ball moves.
Here's a 1st and 10 now after they successfully drew him off sides. They go play action. Cousins. And he'll go down. The Bears get there for the sack. And they brought the pressure there just right up the gut, didn't they?
Yeah, they certainly did. And, you know, when you've got so many different responsibilities as an offensive line, you got to deal with the nose tackle, the 2 defensive tackles or ends, and then sometimes you just can't account for everyone. The linebacker slipped free.
Working out of the gun, Cousins. He's going to flip one out here to his running back. And he'll get it out near the 40 to the 39. Now, after the completion, we're going to get a timeout, an injured player. While the training staff works on him, we'll step aside and be right back. The Vikings on 3rd down, 2 for 5 to this point. This is 3rd and 7. Now Cousins. And he's going to be intercepted a 3rd time. Picked off at the 39. And the return stops just a little bit shy of midfield at the 48-yard line. That's now a 2nd interception in as many weeks from his linebacker position.
And think about all the different techniques he has to employ in a passing situation. Is he spot dropping because it's zone? Is he picking up man-to-man? He's having to run with a running back or a tight end. In any event, great eyes.
A 50-50 ball here, and it's intercepted. Picked off by Sandejo. And his guys are going to take over at their own 48-yard line.
Brandon, this is a veteran quarterback back there. He should know better than to make a throw like this. This is definitely not his best ball, and I think he knew this was trouble the second it was leaving his hand.
Wide. Here we go.
Following the interception, Cousins. He's going to look deep down the field. He couldn't quite hold it. Got hit. Ball pops out, incomplete.
Sometimes we wonder about play calls, but this one made perfect sense to me. He's got the only touchdown that they've scored in this game. Tried to get it to him again on another deep ball.
So after the incompletion on 1st, now 2nd and 10.
Let's go.
On 2nd down, Cook. And nothing doing. He's immediately taken down at the line of scrimmage. No gain on that one as it brings up a 3rd and 10. And he got off the end there very quickly to make that play.
Yeah, it was almost like the bullet train, wasn't it? I mean, just zoom. Quick, and what a terrific play, holding them to no gain.
Big play coming up. Here's 3rd and 10.
I would expect to see some pressure here.
Wide. Let's go.
The pressure drops off as they'll look to throw. Oh, it stays up. Buying time to his left. Now he'll let it go deep down the left sideline. And a shot taken on 3rd down, unsuccessful. 4th down now.
I'd love to know what he's saying in the huddle now to his guys up front, because it's been a steady stream of pressure on him this entire game. That time, able to avoid the sack, but he's got to talk to his offensive line and say, guys, just a couple seconds extra, please.
12 yards on the return that time, and the Bears take over. The Bears offense now getting ready to take over. And last time wasn't pretty. One play and an interception. We'll see if they can do better.
I want to see if they want to go ahead and throw the ball again now on this drive after what happened on the last one. Throw it on the first play. Give the quarterback some confidence.
See what happens. They'll start things on first with Torrey Cohen. And he stopped immediately there. It's Everson Griffin who made the tackle. And as a defensive end, getting off the ball quickly, swarming to the football, making a tackle, that's what we saw right there.
Yeah, that's what their job is. And really, a lot of the time, they have to throttle back a little bit in the run game because you know those defensive ends, they're like in a sprinter stance. They're just headed straight for the quarterback. That was good recognition on that play to hold them to no gain.
Back to throw now on 2nd and 10. Looking left side, and he's got a man. It's Burton. And he's brought down after a good gain. A good pickup there at 22.
His position, and he's listed as a tight end, but he certainly doesn't run like one, and that's what we're seeing more and more coming into the league. Those guys who can run, make plays after the catch, and gain that additional yardage.
And using that speed there to turn it into a pretty nice little gain. And they'll go on the ground. And some room to run now. And a good burst there gets him 7 up to midfield. And I'm guessing you'd say this is kind of the key here. Grind out some yardage, work on that clock, see if you can continue to tick it down.
Definitely. You want to bleed things out at this point, right? Continue to possess the football, gain some yardage, and put the onus on the defense. Do they have to use timeouts? What are they going to do to stop you? You're taking charge.
Now they try the right side here. And he's able to take it across midfield before going out of bounds. Give him 3 yards and a fresh set of downs.
So many teams want to throw the ball in this situation nowadays, but I love watching a team that has enough confidence to go ahead and run the football. In that situation, that's almost a tendency breaker.
Moore on 1st down. Flushed out right. And Gabriel's got it. And he gets this one all the way down inside the 15, just shy of the 10. That one goes for 36 yards.
Sometimes it's designed, and sometimes you just have to know when to leave the pocket and move and make something happen. And on that play, he was able to get on the run and was still accurate throwing the football.
And they'll go ground game here with a tailback. And he'll take this one inside the 10 down to the 8. Give him 3 on 1st down. It'll set up a 2nd and 7. The 4th quarter here, they've got the lead. They want to keep it on the ground. That's what they're doing.
Smart football. Keep the clock grinding.
Got his man, and it's caught for a Chicago touchdown. Anthony Miller, his 2nd touchdown on the season. And the Bears will extend their lead. Parkey adds the extra point, and it gives his guys a 12-point advantage. Here's Parkey now, set to kick it away. Now the Vikings offense works their way back onto the field. And with this deficit, you can't have too many more drives like the last drive where you had to punt it away.
You know what I would tell my offense right here? The punter doesn't exist, guys. He doesn't even exist. He's not a team anymore. I just cut it, all right? So you've got to go out and create some offense for us here and give us some points. No way does that guy get on the field. Poor punter. Yeah, it wasn't his fault. But, hey, listen, there's got to be casualties at times. We're trying to win a game.
It was the linebacker Leonard Floyd on the stop. Now flags will come in. I think this one's going to be on the defense for jumping. A free 5 yards as the defense jumps.
I know it's an anticipation game for them, but it's also a reaction game, and they reacted poorly on that one.
The ball gets bumped up. It's now 2nd and 4 after the penalty. Cousins. Finding a safety valve here. That's complete. And he gets this up across the 35 before he's out of bounds. They get 6 on the pickup there as the drive will continue. Cousins now just 8 of 16 thus far, 50%, but it's 1st and 10. Play action now. Cousins. He's got it complete to Diggs, right side. And he's going to get this down to the 35-yard line. A really good pickup of 28 yards. On 1st and 10, Cousins. He's going to air one out. That's going to be caught. And he doesn't quite make it. They do stop him, but he gets it all the way down to the 1. And that one results in 35 yards. To the air again, it's Cousins. He's got his man. It's taken in for a Viking touchdown. A great play there with touchdown number 7 on the year. And the Vikings are able to make this a close game again. Forbath, the extra point. And now things get a bit more interesting here in this 4th quarter. A 5-point game now as here comes the kickoff. And now Chicago getting ready to go as they take the field. Right now clinging to a 1-score lead, Charles, and I think operating within that 4-minute offense with a little less than 4 minutes to go applies here, right?
It certainly does, and that means the playbook is still wide open. But you are a little bit more careful about what you're calling. You want plays that are going to gain yardage, how would you say it, consistently, right? You don't need the big shots downfield, but make sure the clock continues to run. Pile up the first downs. And the goal? End the game with your quarterback kneeling down at the end, and you still have the lead.
Detroit! Detroit! Leopard! Leopard! 55 is my guy. Hot! I'm scared.
Now this time he'll look to throw. The Vikings after him, and they get there for the sack. Everson Griffin in there to get him, and that's sack number 6 for him on the year. Possibly a turning point. Big play coming. This is 3rd and long.
Gone, gone! Gone, gone! Gone, gone! Gone, gone!
More now. It's caught on the right side by Robinson. And they'll bring him down at the 27-yard line. It's a gain of 11, but they're still well short. It's 4th down. I hate to surrender the football when you're nursing a slim lead, but they're going to have to punt it away. Trust that defense.
It's the right play at this stage of the game as well. You don't need to press it here because you do have that little bit of a cushion, and you count on your D to make it stand up.
Around the NFL 4th quarter right now in Atlanta. And the Falcons sort of opening things up there. If they indeed win, it would be win number 9 on the season. A 1st down throw for Cousins. And the pressure too much that time as Cousins goes down. Jonathan Bullard in there to drop him for his 5th sack of the year. Time for a break. We're back to see what happens after this. That huge loss on the sack makes this job much more difficult. It's now 2nd down and 22 yards to go. Off the play fake, Cousins. He's going to let it fly. So the long attempt falls innocently to the ground, and it brings up 3rd. These are the spots, this stage of the game, where it pays to have speed on the perimeter, doesn't it?
It certainly does, and in the 2nd quarter, he may very well run by him, but in this situation, I know as a defender, I'm loosening up a couple of extra steps that allowed him to run with him stride for stride.
Back to throw. And, oh, a crusher there as it's intercepted. Picked off right around the 43. And he's able to get it back to the 33-yard line.
And that one, oh, it's going to hurt big time. You're in the 2-minute drill trying to get your guys down the field, and it's looking like they're going to go up just short, as this is definitely not his best throw. And it'll wind up being intercepted.
That one looks like he'll throw here. And he can't get a throw off. He's taken down. What a huge play at this point in the game. And now the Vikings are going to stop it here on defense with a timeout, as they'll talk things over prior to this upcoming second down play. And they need to work to at least get some of this yardage back after the sack. 2nd and 19. Now a handoff looking right. Busting through contact. Just wasn't a huge hole there for him to operate. Stopped just inside the 35-yard line. And now the question everyone's wondering, look at the clock, late fourth quarter, do they put the ball in the air here on third?
I don't. I run the football, and I tell my offensive line, no leakage up front. I don't want my running back hit as I hand the ball off to him. I don't want any type of an issue. But if I am going to throw it, quick throw, out to the perimeter, maybe one of my best receivers running a quick slant or something like that.
Well, incomplete, nearly the pick they needed. They would have loved one there, but at least it does get them to fourth down.
Not only was the call spot on, how about the execution of that defense right there? The zone was absolutely locked up tight. He was trying to force it in there on third down.
But if there's a time to force it, he felt like he needed to make a play, right?
Yeah, exactly right. Third down, you got to try and find something. There's nothing available there for him.
From a defensive perspective, though, I think maybe they're saying, hey, we did what we needed to do, kept this a one-score game.
Yeah, without a doubt, because they were able to bleed some time off the clock, right? Put themselves in a good position, but it's not out of reach yet, okay? Being able to hold them to a field goal means that they do have a chance to come back and win this game.
Now the Minnesota offense set to take over again. They're down here in a one-score game, but the time, it's a factor, but it's not a huge factor right now, is it?
It's really not, because this amount of time gives them a chance to run their offense, to go through play sequences. And this is what they work on.
And, oh, a crusher there as it's intercepted. Picked off by Danny Trevathan. And he's going to get this one to the 23-yard line. The interception woes, they just continue to mount. He's thrown 5 picks. At this point, you got to be thinking, is it something between the ears?
I think a confidence hit does occur once you start getting those numbers up there a little bit. But as you and I both know, it's not always just one guy's fault. Maybe somebody ran a wrong pattern. Maybe some balls were tipped. It could be so many different things. Bottom line, though, it comes back to the guy throwing them.
The loss of 3 on that first down pass play. Now 2nd and 13. To throw is Moore. Looking to throw on 2nd down. He's going to dump that off to his running back, Cohen. And they'll bring him down at the 13-yard line. A good pickup there, 13 yards as they get closer for third down. The Bears on third down. They're hitting at just 30%, 3 for 10. They're up against a 3rd and 1 situation. Now Moore. And look at this. They get the turnover they needed. It's intercepted. Picked off by the Pro Bowler, Anthony Barr. And the return just out across the 15 to the 16-yard line. They'll look to throw. Steps away to his left. Now a desperation throw deep downfield. And he knocks the ball away, and it falls incomplete. Kyle Fuller there defensively. Well, these corners, I tell you, they've done excellent work all game long.
They remind me of guys in the past who just said, hey, throw it out here 100 times, nothing good is going to happen. And if you throw it in the wrong place, I'll take it the other way.
An incomplete pass on first down. That leads to a 2nd and 10. He's back to throw. Being chased down. Now the hit comes, and Cousins lost the football. And this is picked up by the Bears. And they've got it just 2 yards away from the end zone. They'll have it 1st and goal here from the 2-yard line. And they were hoping to get down there, get the score, and get this thing into overtime. How deflating.
Absolutely. I mean, let's face it, heartbreaking. They had an opportunity, had a chance, and probably were feeling pretty good about what was going on, and that was taken away from them by their own mistake.
Yep, the opportunity squashed. Only a yard on the pickup there. 2nd and goal.
Well, Brandon, we always know that once you score 1 touchdown,
you're 2.
Yeah, you're without a doubt. And so far today, he's got 1, but was denied as he tried to get the 2nd one.
They'll run for it with Tariq Cohen. And he's across for the late touchdown. And in the final seconds, that one should just about put a capper on this game. Parkey with the extra point. And the lead is up to 15 now. Here's Parkey now, set to kick it away. The Vikings offense now heading out to take over. They have a little bit of time left here, but this one not going to go their way.
And this is where, in this situation for me, you just go ahead and run out the clock, shake hands, congratulations, and move on. Because now, you're not going to make up for what's happened during the game in this last sequence.
We'll see what they do here in this last. And he's going to have to eat this one as down he goes. Down to 7 seconds now. 6,